could splice, I could tie knots, and I could do all sorts of things. Ready to handle lockgate and coal, windlass and tiller, pound their muscles. Ready to push, ready to pull, ready to jump, ready to steer, motor or budgie boat, run on the top plank, script the handrail, perch on the gunwale, lift the paddles, drop the paddles, bash their bodies boat till they dropped. 467.5 miles, 356 locks, 18 volunteer trainees, and that's without the 214 miles and 147 locks that Tench did to join us in the first place. The amount of tea we went through amazed me.
Being part of this trip, I think, was really important for me because it was an opportunity to give other women an idea of what it's like to actually steer a boat, just be part of it, have a look at her. And I didn't realise I was as proud of her as I actually am.
50 shows, 46 venues, 2,042 in the audience, and over 700 conversations at locks and on the towpath about the stories of the trainees. We had some lovely pub gardens to perform in. We went to a community wood, which was wonderful, even if we did have to retreat at high speed under shelter in the interval because it started to rain. That was quite common, having to relocate at speed.
Kit's telephoned, says I'm to meet them at Hawkesbury Junction. I think this is it. Except there's no sign of Kit or our boats. The only sign of life is that pub, the Greyhound.
Molly Trail took a trial run from Ellesmere Port to Birmingham on 2 boats, Willow and Ash. The first time I ever sang this song, I was in London, and I started to introduce it, and a woman in the second row went, put up her hand and said, "I own Molly Trail's boat." And I said, "Which boat?" She said, "Willow." I said, "Well, this song is about Willow." Turned out that it was her website that I got the information from. We took a trial run from Ellesmere Port to Birmingham on Willow and Ash, and here's what we found. The boats need smartening up, the engines need repairing. Here's my report, I've written everything down. Okay, let's have a go. The important thing is that you have a good time. We took a trial run from Ellesmere Port to Birmingham on Willow and Ash, and here's what we found. The boats need smartening up, the engines need repairing. Here's my report, I've written everything down.
Having unloaded in Birmingham, they would go on to the coalfields in Coventry to load with coal, which they brought back, usually to either the paper mills in Apsley or the ABC bakery in Camden. And we thought it would be quite fun if we could replicate that a bit. 30 tonnes of coal was probably a bit ambitious. I'm not even sure you could find 30 tonnes of coal at the Clara Colliery anymore. But Alan and friends did manage to come up with about 10 kilos. And we delivered it to Frogmore Paper Mill, which is now a museum. We managed to get the boat up the arm to Frogmore. It's about half a mile and it took us 2 hours with a lot of help from their day boat, but they were determined they were going to get us. They were going to get Tench up to moor outside the museum, outside the paper mill as she would have been back in the 40s, so that we could film unloading the coal and delivering it.
We have brought you your very own supply of coal from the Midlands.
This is the last known sack of coal to be transported to London by boat, sent by the people of Nuneaton in 2017 in remembrance of the war effort of the Griff Arm Canal, Nuneaton. Brilliant!
Isn't that good?
Isn't that wonderful?
And what are we going to do? Drop it in or?
There we go.
There we go. Excellent.
I had some really lovely moments. There was a girl of about 15, I think, at a lock in Berkhamsted, and we were just waiting for it to fill, and she said, "Oh, can I cross?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, but just one sec. Have you ever heard of them?" And she said, "No." So I said, "Well, they were the women who took on the boats during the war, and they'd have been a bit older than you, but not much." She went, "Oh, cool." So hang on a second. So I gave her a flyer, because our flyer was designed to have a little bit of information as well as the shows, and said, "Here you are, tells you a bit about them. You can look on the website if you're interested in more. And if you ever need a history project on women at work or women during the war, or nobody else will have thought of it." And she went, "That's really cool."
Well, I've never been on a narrowboat before, so yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of interesting things. I don't think many people are aware that the canals have this kind of history when they go past. I don't think they understand that this used to be an industrial space.
And I and Emma and Margaret too, telling us their stories of women in World War II. Thank Molly and Sonia, Daphne and Audrey, Evelyn and Mary, Elizabeth and Frankie, not forgetting Nancy, Jean and Miss Ramsey, whose first name was Cicely. Iris and Vera, Helen and Orla, Kay and Miranda, Zolly and Violet, Celia and Ruth, whose real name was Doreen. And I. Thank you.
It's actually quite hard to believe we have done it.
We've found parallels in the stories. As we've gone along, things have happened that are actually in the poems and in the play. I'm feeling quite elated, really. It's been absolutely amazing.
I wonder if this is how the trainees felt. You know, that kind of last delivery it's almost within reach. You know, you're going to drop it off and then you can go home and have a proper bath.